You really want to make me watch this, dude? You're gonna really make me watch this video about? I don't give a shit about kids crying. I hope they cry. I like it when kids cry. It's funny. It's funny to me. Suffering of
Former
children.
President Trump is taking...
If, children crying is funny. So this says YouTuber uses her crying kid for views. Okay. He's probably not, or she, probably not worth anything else, you know?
Clout, nothing is off limits. Even if someone is dead, that doesn't exclude them from being part of an epic YouTube video. That body will be filmed and paraded around for some views online. No price is
That's true, especially if you want to take a necklace.
Too high for YouTubers to pay if it means views on their channel. You remember Daddy05, the channel where it was a family abusing their kids for views? Well, that's not exactly uncommon, I would say. There's a lot of really bad family content on the platform. Not all of it's bad. There is some, like, genuinely wholesome families. But one thing that I've always took issue with some of these channels is it feels like they...
Wait, there's YouTube channels of people abusing their fucking family? What are you talking about? Is that a thing? What do I not know about? What the fuck's happening? What is this? What is this?
Use their kids as a prop for their own narcissism and just using their kids for views. I sometimes just get the impression the parents don't even view their kids as human beings, just these little piggy banks that are like a
well, if you really think about it, they're all just a clump of cells, so, you know.
Vessel for them to make money off of. And today we took a disturbing look behind the scenes of one of these family channels where the creator accidentally uploaded an unedited version of a video that she made.
That's awesome.
It was about heartbreak in the family, and in it she was using her son's crying as part of her thumbnail.
I know that this is off topic, but what bothers me about his hat is I wear hats. I if I'm lucky, can get the last rung here and on my head because I have a really fat head.
Trying to direct him while he was really having a very rough time. It's pretty fucking hard to look at. So just a fair warning there. And I have to say, it seems awful to be part of one of these families that records everything, even like the saddest moments of your life, and tries to use it for views. Like, imagine you're crying and your mom's like, okay, keep up that energy, keep crying. I'm gonna get the iPhone real quick.
No, but you know what's funny? That's not how it would happen. That's not even how it would happen. He's like, oh, what he just said is like they try to keep it up by saying, oh, keep that energy up. That's not what you would do. That's what you would probably do is so if the kid was crying because, like, I don't know, he lost $1, the mom would, or the parents would be like, oh yeah, that $1 made you real sad, right? Like, it was really a shame that you lost that $1. And we really aren't emphasizing with $1. You know, maybe your fucking best friend died and you're like, oh, you're really sad about your best friend. That's really sad. You loved them a lot, right? Like, they were the only person who cared about you. Like, that's what they would be doing instead of saying keep up that energy. They would be trying to add on to the distress. It's fucking terrible.
Okay, now say I'm sad, super sad, but make sure to subscribe because it'll make me happy. You know, like that's a fucking nightmare. I'd rather be part of the Manson family than a family vlog channel. Like, it just seems horrible. Some of these families record even the saddest moments of your life because to them, that's money in the bank. And I think that shit's awful. I also think it's awful that some of you out there haven't subscribed to the Huge Charles channel. I'll make sure to put a link in the description below so you can check that out. That's some good old wholesome family fun.
Can't wait for her.
You know, my understanding is I think a lot of these big boys, they have other people that are like, hey, can I make a clips channel for you? And then they just give them some of the revenue if it blows out. It's an interesting idea.
To bring her home and be part of our family. Put your head right here. Pray for us. We appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye. Come here. Come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Closer. Down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God, this is terrible. Holy shit. Oh my God. What are you doing? Act like you're crying. And kid's like, I'm fucking crying. Bro, you know what's so deluded to me is that the mom, it feels like the mom doesn't even think this is a candid moment in her child's life. That's worse than anything else. Not only is she trying to play it up, but I don't think she's looking at the world through a sphere of YouTube attention. And I think that she's projecting that viewpoint onto her child, being like, yeah, he's also looking through it. But the kid's having a legitimate, like, mental breakdown about something. I don't know what happened. And she's just like, pretend to cry. He's like, I'm fucking crying, Mom. Like, what kind of, imagine your fucking dad died. Hey, pretend to cry. Well, actually, I would be happy if my dad died. I do this. Anyway, you get my point. To be fair, it is a good thumbnail. That's a good point, actually. Did he talk? Wait, do we focus on the context of how good the thumbnail is, though? Because if it's a good thumbnail, maybe it's okay.
Go like this. No, Mom, I'm actually seriously trying. No, I know, but go like this for the video.
Imagine being this devoid of basic emotions, where you've completely thrown away humanity in the pursuit of your internet fame.
That's terrible.
Obviously, the kid is really crying. He even says, like, no, Mom, look, I'm actually crying. But she's like, oh, no, that's good. Yeah, no, keep pretending. Like, she can't even wrap her head around the idea that her kid might actually be emotional. And instead of turning off the camera to help her son, she's trying to use that to make a thumbnail.
Go like this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this. Put your hand like this. But let them see.
It's so weird because his genuine crying reaction is good. I think people can feel that he's actually upset, but she's trying to make it fake, so it makes him look like he's just like, he's not really crying, if that makes sense. Right? It's just so bizarre.
Your mouth. Let them see your mouth.
It's already bad enough that they're doing this on the internet, but it's even worse that you're doing, like, let the kid have if you're going to be a piece of shit and have your kid's worst moments on the internet, at least make them candid. Let them go through their temper tantrum themselves. You don't have to encourage it or discourage it. At least act like a mom when your kid is acting like a kid. And then make whatever, find a thumbnail in the video somewhere. You don't have to be a fucking asshole.
Mom, I'm actually crying. Look at me. 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 I'm actually crying. I know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Exquisite work. Masterful.
That was horrible. That should have been the thumbnail. Fucking Lord Jesus Christ. That was bad. That was terrible. That was really bad. Holy shit.
Directing here. She really captured the misery and trauma wonderfully in the thumbnail.
No, she didn't just capture the misery and trauma, though. She exacerbated it. She confused her child and made him feel like he was insane for even being upset, because she wasn't.
No doubt, easy million views there. Do you think for the next one, perhaps, we can go to a funeral and line up the grieving family around the open casket, maybe stand the body up a little bit, and then they all just look really sad, maybe looking down a bit? I think she's got a great career here in Hollywood,
I
no
agree.
doubt. Very impressive work, for sure.
Hey, she's not as bad as all the pedophiles in Hollywood, so hey, fuck it, right?
Some people, I swear...
Can I do the thing that I said I would do if my dad died again? Yeah, check it out. Hitting the whoa.
God would dig up the grave of their grandfather, get his corpse out, and fucking pour slime down his throat for like a slime challenge if it meant extra views on their channel. Like
somebody do that. That'd be really cool.
There is nothing sacred. They will do anything for fucking views. Here she saw an opportunity like, oh, starts rubbing her hands together like a cartoon villain. How can I make the most amount of views off of this horrible situation? I know.
What's the situation?
Sure that
did
the audience can see.
They say what the situation? What was the situation?
My son is crying, and then I'll cry. But listen here, Junior. If we don't get more tears out of this, we're gonna fucking starve. Do you want that on your conscience?
The kid's grandpa died? What the fuck? Holy moly! Your grandpa died. Who's grandpa? Like his grandpa, her mother, her father, or her like father-in-law?
Then you'll have something to really cry about, because you'll be going hungry if this thumbnail isn't fucking sad enough. So you're gonna have to fucking cry more now. And then look at the camera, please. Okay, now come here. Okay, good. All right, excellent. Obviously, she was made aware of her whoops-a-daisy here, the little chess blunder, pretty quickly. I think she deleted the video within.
If I'm not her, what the fuck? It was her own dad, or the dog. A dog died. It was a dog. You know, that's very different. Okay, those are very different things. Grandfather and a dog are not the same. You guys have to keep that in mind, okay? Okay, so the dog died. It makes sense as to why she doesn't give a shit, but that's still rude.
30 minutes.
I fucking cry when my dogs died, though, bro. And I was a grown man. I don't care.
She then reposted it and then just took down the video altogether and addressed it as quickly as possible with this video where she talks about how disappointed she is in herself. I'll play a short clip from that.
We're very upset. We've been crying all day. It has been extremely scary. They don't know.
Dude, shut up. Shut up, bitch. What is her name? Shitty mom, dead dog. What's the... Oh my god, I should not have looked up that dog. Okay. What's this channel's name? What's her name? You see, we're at 5 minutes.
Chunk_year just subscribe.
Hey, thank you so much for the sub. What's this dumbass's name? Do you guys know? Balls in my jaws.
I don't know if she's gonna make it. Honestly, completely worn out, emotional, crying the whole day. I had Christian on my shoulder and I was like, here, come pose for the thumbnail with me after the video was done. And that was so disgusting of me. I should not have done that at all. We were both already so sad and upset and in such a vulnerable state today.
So the situation was...
Oh, so she was in a vulnerable state. Okay.
Their new puppy contracted parvo before they got the dog, so the dog wasn't doing super well. So
Hey, what the dog doing?
the whole
Nothing. Is it appropriate?
family was upset, and she was emotional all day. And then she talks about how gross it was that she did this in the first place and left it in the video, and how disgusting the behavior was. It's not like there's anything she could have said to make the situation better or a way to justify.
You know, no, she could have. She could have said, like, listen, the dog that passed away, and I was so wrapped up in showing chronologuing my life that I allowed the perfect thumbnail. I allowed myself to allow greed to take over me, and the perfect thumbnail to get in my way of actually living in the real world. Like, she could have actually owned it, but instead, and it would have been good, but it would have been okay. But instead, what she said was, "Hey, I was sad, so it's okay that I did a bad thing. Hey, I was sad. Hey, I'm a dog. I'm a sad person. Fuck that dog, though. She didn't really know the dog. Am I right, guys? She gives a fuck about it."
That behavior, and she doesn't try to. I mean, like, how are you gonna fucking spin that where you're like the hero? Like, no, you see, the reason I was trying to direct my kids crying for a thumbnail is actually because terrorists were holding the dog hostage, and they demanded at least 1 million views on this video. So I had to do everything in my power to make it happen in order to save the dog's life.
True.
You know, like, there's nothing she could have done to justify anything in the video. All she could really say is that it was gross, it was stupid, and she's sorry. That is really all she could do in the situation. One thing that I would also like to mention is the fact that she keeps saying how emotional she was and that she was like really...
I can't find the channel, though. That's what's bothering me. I can't find her channel. It's upsetting me a little bit.
Crying all day and just super emotional overall. I don't necessarily get that perspective from the short clip I watched, because it seems like she wasn't crying, and it seems like she hadn't been crying. It looks like she hasn't cried since Jersey Shore got canceled. So I don't know if she necessarily was that bothered by it, or if like the entire day she had planned on making a video about the situation, so she went into like YouTuber mode where she wasn't allowing herself to be emotional on camera. I don't really know. But overall, there's just not a whole lot she could say or do here to make anything that much better. So she's just up front saying everyone was right, this was gross, this was stupid, and I'm sorry. She doesn't try and like spin this in any way like, no, you guys are wrong, this didn't happen that way. She's just up front like, yeah, this is fucking gross and disgusting. So, I mean, that's good at least that she admits that. But one thing that left a sour taste in my butthole, though, is that in the apology video, she also brings up the harassing DMs and shit that she's gotten.
Oh, I think that she got rid of her channel. That's why I can't find it. I think I'm right about that. I looked it up on this thing called Google, and I click it, and it says that it's no longer there, and none of her videos, I guess, are there anymore. So I think that she just deleted her fucking channel, bro. Holy moly, she left the goddamn internet. The dark side of family channels. September 11th, 2021. Well, that's fucked up.
Now, of course, I never encourage harassment. This is also why I'm not putting her name anywhere in this video. I hate when people go out of their way to harass someone or send death threats or any fucking degenerate garbage like that. She's absolutely right to call those kind of things out. But why do it in the apology video? It kind of makes it feel like, okay, I fucked up, but you should also feel bad for me because as a result of this, I'm getting this kind of horrible stuff. So I just don't think this was the right time to talk about that. The focus of the video...
Oh, all right. Fuck.
Today should have stayed.
Okay, it was DuckDuckGo. My bad, dude. I'm fucking sorry. Oh shit! Kill me with a fucking gun, dude. Shit.
on you owning up to the mistake. That it shouldn't have shifted to like, but I'm also a victim. I just don't think that was the right call there.
Yeah, I feel now that she's off YouTube, I wonder if she's gonna start up an OnlyFans soon. You know, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. We'll take a look at that later.
Comment. She also mentions that she'll no longer feature her son on her channel because I'm assuming the comments are turned off here. I'm assuming a lot of people had the same impression I did.
That'll only last so long though. You already know that. It'll end soon.
Where they felt that she was using her kid for views, and it's hard to really argue that when you have this footage here where she is quite literally using her son for a more attention-grabbing thumbnail by trying.
I was using DuckDuckGo instead of Google because Google was I think complicit in like the whole GameStop thing where they were like trying to stop people from buying fucking stocks. So I was like, "Fuck you, Google."
Trying to manipulate his misery for the audience. So I think that's also a good call.
You can see my kid crying for $15 a month on OnlyFans. Yeah, that's good.
To steer away from featuring your kids like that, especially if they might not want to. Like, it doesn't seem like the kid really wants to be in the thumbnail when he is crying.
Right.
And
is
he has to keep reiterating the point, like, no, I'm
information
crying. And then she still keeps trying to direct him. So I think her also saying that her son will no longer be used on her channel like that is a good thing. Overall, it's a fucking terrible situation, and it's hard to really take her at her word that this is like a one-time thing. Like, because now that you've seen behind the curtain here, now that you've seen how the sausage is made, as the expression goes, it's hard to really be like, oh, okay, I'll take her at her word that this has never happened before, where she's not, you know.
I've seen how hot dogs are made, and I eat more of them now.
Using her kids or using horrible situations for the sake of views. The whole perspective is a bit baffling to me, where you have like this awful situation with a puppy and a family vlog channel is like, that's a good video, a crying video. And it's not the only channel to do that. I remember there was another channel only like a week or two ago, I'm not going to show anything from this at all, but it was a family vlog channel. They were going on this fucking multi-million-dollar vacation or some shit, but they arrived at the airport too late, so they were about to miss their flight. And the dad brings out the fucking camera, and he films his children really sad, his wife really sad, and him being aggressive towards the employees that are telling them like, look, it is literally too late, you've arrived too late to get on this flight. And he makes this whole video just being rude to them and filming his family being sad. Like, what the fuck do you, the entitlement is wild. Like, what the fuck do you want them to do? Ground the plane? Like, no, pilot's not allowed to take off. Look, this family channel has 1 million subs, we have to allow them on, and give them first class, take everyone else off the plane. Like, I don't know what they were expecting. They arrived too late. And B, what blows me away is that the dad didn't even think like this is a video. My family is really upset, and
it makes me think that the dad did it on purpose. Like, fuck it, let's get there late.
Rude to these people. That's a video for the family channel, baby. Bang. Like, I just don't get it. And it's the same thing in this situation. Like, this puppy is
like, I would say, oh guys, we fucked up. We didn't get to the flight on time. I would make a video about that, I suppose. But like, you wouldn't harass employees
in rough shape, and we're all very upset about it. That's a banger video. Let's all start crying on camera. I don't get it. It's astonishing. It really is. I don't really have words to describe it because I just don't understand why anyone would think that's a good idea. This situation was a really fucking gross one. Hopefully, this really is the only time she's used her kid like this. Hopefully, there's not anything awful going on behind the scenes like this. So yeah, that's about it.
I think I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna start using I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm famous. You gotta cater to me. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna go to like Applebee's and be like, guys, I should get this meal give me a free drink, or I'm gonna tell them that I don't know, something. Nobody will care. I don't know.